I had a huge revelation this morning. Grand Rising, y'all. I had a huge revelation this morning from Spirit. Spirit took me through a series of events, okay? These events dealt with many energies looking for that good news, yet they're going through hardships, okay? And Ancestors was also illuminating to me these hardships that people need to transcend through, but there's work that needs to be done. Ancestors is also highlighting to me about the channels, okay? The channels that people are drawn to. Yet there is but a bit of relief coming from the readers that you're drawn to. There are some hardships that you have to transcend through, and there's some work that you have to do. As above, so below. So if they're talking about as above, they're talking about in the spiritual nature, as well as in the physical order. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Ancestors wanted me to pull this one out right here. Hardships. Because Ancestors said that there's a lot of people going through hardships and they're looking for their relief. They're looking for a way out. Ancestor says you are the way out. You are the key. You have to turn into the key. Okay? Ancestors, let's talk about this hardship, okay? Talk about this hardship everyone's going through, honey. Someone is not getting this wisdom, okay? It has celestial wisdom, knowledge, insight. Someone is not gaining this insight. Ancestors, give me something else to get in alignment, okay? Grandma says there's some work that needs to be done, yet these energies refuse to do the work that needs to be done. So what is the work that they refuse to do, Ancestors? Akashic Records, Blueprint, okay? You have to do something. You have to do some work to unlock, okay? What is the work needed? What is the work needed to unlock the blueprint? This is why people continue to have hardships. Okay, because they're not unlocking the blueprint. All right, Ancestors are saying the cycles that they're on. God, that's why you keep having a repetition of the same cycle with the same people. Okay, and if not with the same people, and you broke up with them people, or you migrated away from these people, but yet and still the lessons have not been learned here. Okay, circle of life. The cycle that you're on, honey, there's something here. What's in this life cycle, okay? There's something that is supposed to be learned here, Ancestors say. Okay, Ancestors say the rhythm, okay? Everybody's having a hard time finding their rhythm, okay? Okay. All right, I'm sorry, I had a text message, okay? Okay. All right, yeah. They're having a hard time finding their rhythm. I had to get back on track here. Okay, they're having a hard time finding their rhythm on their life cycle. Okay, Ancestors, now give me these two right here. While they're having a hard time finding their rhythm on the life cycle that they're on, okay, it's because of the work that's not being done to unlock the blueprint for them to move forward. Okay, give me one to go between these two, Ancestors, and then we're going to. Yeah, talking about boundless love. It's got something to do with the love frequency that everyone is on, okay? And they could be on different frequencies, which we are all on different timelines as well, okay? This says, soul nourishment. It's what you're feeding yourself, what you're feeding your soul. Okay, it's what you're feeding your spirit here. Okay, that is keeping you and I heard bound to the same life cycle over and over again. Yet people are seeking some type of relief, some type of freedom to be unchained from the chains from that life cycle. This is the version of hell that everybody else is experiencing right now, because it is not a place that you go, honey. It's a concept. It's a concept that some people back in the day made up. Okay, so hell is definitely, someone's going through hell. Okay, someone's going through hell here. Okay, on this life cycle, and they are desperately wanting to get out of this life cycle that they are on. But there's something that has to be unlocked here. There's something that has to be unlocked here, ancestors, okay? I got this strong, heavy energy. When I was outside, I was just like, ancestors. It seems to me a lot of people want to hear the good news, but they don't want to hear about the work that they have to do to receive this good news. Ancestors say, yeah, but they're only getting half of the story. Only half of the story is being told, okay? Only half of the story is being told. Either you're hearing it all on the spiritual side, if you're a heavy spiritual hitter, okay? Like, it takes a lot to get me out of the spiritual world, and you're not tapped into the earth. You're not tapped into the physical order of things, okay? There's something there, and the way that I did that, and it went blank here, okay? Some people don't know how to balance the two, okay? And that's exactly what I'm getting as well. A lot of energies out here do not know how to balance the two between spiritual and your practical physical order on the 3D realm, okay? Yes, okay. What fell here? Wise counsel. Let's get these answers, y'all. Let's get this insight, okay? I pray that this insight, okay, y'all receive this in good health, okay? I really do, okay? Because I know a lot of people are tired of going through the same thing on this life cycle that they may be on, okay? And there's something about this hardship that you have to do it alone, okay? Some energies are going to have to go at it alone. Some are finally found their true divine counterpart to go with it, in connection, to go on their journey with him. But ancestors over here telling me where God is taking you, or where the ancestors is taking you, okay? The deities, the gods and goddesses, okay? Because there's no heaven and there's no hell, honey, that they can't put you in. You're not going, okay? I'm just sorry to tell you. All right, no, I'm really not sorry to tell you, to be honest, y'all. I'm really not sorry to tell you. But, yeah. Let's find out. All right, ancestors. It seems to me like a door closed as soon as I started talking about heaven and hell, and that it was not a place that you physically go to. It was a concept that someone made up. Yes, definitely, yeah. And as soon as I started saying that, I seen 2 doors close, okay? So I do believe that a lot of energies are not ready for that, yet it is still unfolding. A lot of energies are running away from that concept. Honey, they're still battling that concept. Okay. So let's start, ancestors. What do we need to know about this wisdom? Okay, this knowledge, this insight. Ancestor says a part of life. It's dealing with life cycles that you have to metamorphose, okay? Yeah, it's not a mirage. You can't play with this, ancestors say. You can't fake this metamorphosis. Okay, that's what it's saying, mirage. Oh my God. You got to choose who you want to be. Transition into who you want to be. Okay, from your old life cycle to this new one. So I do believe that something was presented to someone, a new path, a new journey, even a new energy, a new job. Yet and still there was some resistance here in going in that direction here. Okay, someone is very hesitant. Okay, yet a little bit fearful. Okay, and I stuttered when I said a little bit fearful. Okay, so hesitation to make the decision here, okay, about the wisdom and the knowledge that has been given for you to apply it, okay? Someone is definitely fearful to take a step out, how do you say it? Is afraid to take a step out on faith, on themselves, okay? All right? Give me something else, ancestors, about this insight to metamorphosis. Talking about in Harbor Peace and Phil of Helm, Akashic. I was gonna say precious. These are some precious records, okay? Oh, these are some precious records. So, metamorphosis is that you have to change. You have to go through these life cycles and change who you were, okay? Your past form into your future possibility of who you want to in order to get this peace here, okay? You have to be in the here and now, ancestors say, and not in your head. Okay? Give me some more about this insight that they should be aware of, ancestors, in order to get out of the life cycle that they're on right now. Ancestors say inner vision. It's something about what y'all keep on, revisioning. I hear that, revisioning. Something that keeps on replaying over and over in a lot of energy's mind. Okay, here. All right. What do I need to know? It's something that, it says cut through the fog of confusion. Something is, y'all, What are a lot of energies confused about, ancestors? Saving grace, forgiving yourself. So ancestor says a lot of this comes from a lot of energies. Having a hard time forgiving themselves. Okay? On the life cycle, because so much has happened. Okay? To and fro. Okay? I heard to and fro, not just one direction. Okay? So, what else do we need to know about this? A clouded judgment and people having a hard time forgiving themselves because of their choices. Ancestor says because of your choices. Okay, on this life cycle that has gotten y'all imprisoned in y'all's mind about the choice that was made. Okay, let's talk about the choice that was made, ancestors. Can we talk about the choice that was made? Okay, behind the veil. Okay, and these life cycles, the choice that you made, what did it do to a lot of energies? Okay, it wish granted. What was the wish that was granted, Henry? The outcome may not have been exactly what you thought. So you gravitated toward what you thought was going to be a success here, okay? Or a successful path for you to journey down, okay? And what happened? What did they find out, ancestors? Okay? Roots of stability. It says you thought you was going to be stable. You thought you was going to be stable, okay? And you fell in the rhythm of that cycle, of that stability, of of that frequency of love. And you fed your soul with that root of stability, okay? And what else, ancestors? Okay, ancestor says, getting advice. Wow, seeking guidance with an open heart. So y'all could have even started asking others, okay, seeking guidance and wise counsel elsewhere on how to receive more stability, more money, abundance, or how to be more stable, how to invest, okay? And what happened, ancestors? Tide of transition, so that you could transition from the level that you were on, okay? And you charged ahead, okay? Embracing with determination, okay? Rising flames, okay? Your passion grew for this, okay? So the hunger grew. The hunger grew. Be here in the now. So someone was definitely in their mind thinking, honey, ooh, the chase. I heard the chase, okay? And what was the chase to? The chase to the top. I heard the chase to the top, okay? Peaks reached. Some people have reached their peak here, okay? With connections, either with people at a job, people in your personal groups, okay? Family gatherings. Take it how it take it how it connects. Ooh, take it however the connection connects with you. If it's not a good connection, a connection that has turned sour and bitter, okay? A connection that seems that it was irreparable, like it's not going to ever be repaired, that lets you know that something has reached its peak with you here. Ancestors said, commit to the journey. But a lot of energies out here are committed to staying in that connection because of religion. Good God, ancestors, that's exactly what I just seen. Right over my daggone wall right here. Religion. Oh my God. Because of religion, tradition, beliefs, and values. Under that word religion that holds so much weight. It holds so much weight. Yet it has so many chains. God, I didn't think I was going to get down deep on this one. Okay. All right. Ancestors say y'all committed to this journey. And ancestors over here talking about religion. Oh, wow. Okay. Cosmic alignment. All right. Inner and outer consistency. All right. There's something here. Resonance. Vibrated. Okay, if you resonate, that means you vibrated with others that was on the same vibration as you, as well as jobs, careers, social gatherings, and interpersonal groups as well. Seed of potential here. All right. You are the seed of potential right here. Okay. What I need to know about the seed of potential and their inner and outer consistency here. Okay. Seems to me there's a lot. In order to unlock this blueprint, you are going to have your inner and outer consistency cannot have no illusions. So your inner, okay, let me say this in the correct form. Some energies may be battling themselves with their inner and their outer, and it's not aligned. Okay? And there's some illusions that's being thrown either to yourself. You're throwing these illusions at yourself in this fantasy island, okay? Or someone else is having you to believe the illusions that you are hearing and you're accepting, okay? Something, and it's like you're fitting it onto yourself and you're making it yours. You're making it yours. And I'm sitting here seeing someone putting on armor that does not belong to them. It does not belong to them here, ancestors. Okay, tell me some more. What else do I see in this cosmic alignment in the inner and the outer of the seed of potential? Because ancestors say that every vessel is a seed of potential here. It's all in how you use your potential energy here in quiet moments here. Someone is over thinking, trying to find clarity here. Trying to find clarity because something is just not adding up. Something is just not balanced out. What you envision for yourself and the way that the outcome has become is definitely two different outcomes. And people are sitting and wondering why. Give me something else, ancestors. Ancestors say fresh ideas. So now you're trying to come up with a new idea. Okay. Trusting yourself. Okay. What was this new idea? Staying open-minded. Okay. Inviting new perspectives. So that means you got other people's perspective in the view. Okay. That you was considering. Okay. Anything else, ancestors? Talking about to bring back balance to your life. To bring back balance to your stability. To your energy. Okay. Anything else, ancestors? Ancestors say, honey, sculptured yourself. So you started reinventing yourself here, okay? Shaping yourself, okay? Trying to honor the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. But it seems to me that you were doing it from other people's perspectives. You were doing it from other people's perspective, but this is why confirmation, the inner and the outer was not balanced. You're doing it from someone else's eyes. You're doing it from someone else's perspective. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you there's nothing wrong with gaining the perspective of another person. But honey, their path is not your path. And the things that they went through, you might cross by them. But honey, there's going to have to be a different outcome for you than it was for them. People need to realize that now. It took me 42 years to realize that. And I'm glad that I got it. Okay? There is no time limit. There is no time limit when it comes to when you get it. As long as you got it. You hear what I'm saying? Give me something else here about this inner and this outer consistency right now. Ancestor, honest echo. Somebody, grandma said, it fell all the way up here. Somebody needs to be honest with themselves. Someone in the collective, and I say everyone needs to be honest with themselves when it comes to people trying to reinvent themselves and sculpt themselves from the eyes and the perspective mind of another individual. That is not you. Planning. So what was the plan? So now ancestors said, now y'all started to plan. Started to plan what? Plan to get yourself on the right track. So you've been trying to go in the right direction. And you're just saying to yourself, I just need to keep moving forward no matter what it is. I need to keep moving forward. I got to find my place. I got to find my footing. I got to find me in the midst of all this chaos, in the midst of all this that's going on around me. Where are you? Okay? Embrace the solitude. There's a reason why you're by yourself. There's a reason why gods, the goddesses, the ancestors, the deities, they wanted you separate. There's a reason why people are facing hardships by themselves. What are they known as solitude ancestors? There's a reason for this, okay? Ancestors, stand strong. Seems to me you will not know how to stand strong until you're all by yourself. You won't know what type of strength you have until you're by yourself. Okay? All right? And you need to, man. And it's like I'm really hesitating to saying this right now because it's just like, no, I'm being truthful. If y'all are looking for always good news when you ever come to my channel, no, I'm talking about the work that needs to be done in order for you to continue to receive the good news. Okay? I didn't really understand the work that truly had to be done between the physical and the spiritual order until it was me in the hot seat and I had to do the work. And God, the goddesses and the deities and the ancestors, my spirit guides and my granny was definitely teaching me and guiding me along the way. Okay? Ask solitude will help you to stand strong in the midst of trial, in the midst of tribulation, in the midst of that upheaval that you have to climb in order for you to reach your peak of work. There's a peak that everybody's got to reach. Okay, let's talk about this blueprint, ancestors. Let's talk about this. Yeah, you got to be honest with yourself. I keep looking at this honest echo. Ancestors said you got to be honest with yourself. And when you are in solitude here to reflect on that, you need to stand strong. You can't stand strong by yourself. I mean, with other people. And the only reason why I say that is there's always going to be everybody's fighting a battle of their own. Everybody's fighting their own personal battle. Okay? Seeking refuge from other energies when other energies are on the battlefield as well. And I just heard ancestors say that. Okay? Strength can be seeked. Okay? I heard ancestors say that strength can be seeked when you're on your path. But standing with someone on your divine path will weaken you. For their path and your path is not the same path. Okay, give me something here. Akashic Records, Blueprint. It's different when you're in a connection. Clear mind. Yeah. When you unlock these blueprints, these Akashic Records, it's going to sweep away any doubt ever there. Okay, and so it says clear mind, sweep away any doubts that you have and know that you are right. Okay, there's something about everybody on these life cycles. There's so much doubt that is surrounding a lot of people's mind about the hardships that they are going through. And that's what ancestors just say. There's so much doubt surrounding everybody's hardships and what they're going through right now. Okay, but unlocking these blueprints to who you are, honey, will clear away any doubt that you will ever have about you. And once you clear away that doubt regarding you, surrounding you, honey, you're not going to doubt the path and the journey that you're on and where your ancestors, the deities, are leading you. Okay? Give me something else. It says divine flow. Someone is about to look, honey, on a life cycle. Someone's going to fall into the divine flow here. Someone is going to fall into something's going to get unlocked. Okay? Honey, and the grandma, I just heard my grandma say a specific blueprint, okay, to each unique DNA. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, grandma. Give me something else with this blueprint. Recovery. Yeah. You definitely have faith in your dream that you're going to have a recovery come back, okay? So it seems to me you're going to be resurrected with each blueprint that is unlocked here and activated. You are going to be resurrected and you're going to have a comeback, a recovery in strength, okay? You're healing. You're going to be healing, okay? A recovery and renewal, okay? Give me something else, ancestors. Getting better. You're going to be getting better and better, okay? On the mend. You're going to be healing yourself. And give me something for the circle of life circles. What else I need to know? Spirit link. You're going to get linked up with spirit regarding a cycle. Ooh. You talking about the new cycle that they're going to go through after they after you release. Okay. Thank you. I was about to say that. It's right on time. Okay. After the work that has been done, okay, the blueprint that's been unlocked, okay, and then you are linking up with spirit to continue to release and walk away, okay? You're going to be fortunate. You're going to be fortunate enough to walk away, okay? Yeah. Because some people think they're not going to make it out of the situation that they're in right now. But I feel like ancestors over here telling me now everything has to fall. Everything has to fall, okay? Everybody else's concepts have to fall, okay? Everybody else's belief systems have to fall. There's something here that has to fall. Okay? Ancestors, what is this that has to fall? Pathfinder. All them other paths. What has to fall, ancestors? What has to fall? Okay? Yeah, on the men. You're going to have to release everything. I mean, all the energy, all the hearts that broke in your heart. Okay? You're going to have to release that. Okay? You're going to start mending. You're going to have to forgive. Forgive yourself for allowing what has happened, okay? All right? Because you were, and we all were, dealing, vulnerable, and a little bit gullible, okay? We made decisions based off fear. We made decisions based off we thought it was the best decision, but ancestors are saying we need to release all of this. Confirmation, all of it, okay? In order to get to your heart's true desire, you're going to have to go through a vortex of change. And with inside of this vortex of change, ancestors is saying, honey, what's inside this vortex of change, ancestors? I seen that. Divine timing. Okay. Yeah. In this vortex of change, you're going to have to give it time. Ancestor says, in this vortex of change, your heart's desire, you're going to have to give it time. Okay? Because they're going to be testing you on your journey. They're going to see how committed you are to the journey. Okay? Or are you just doing it to get what your heart's desire, and then you're going to drop everything, forget everything. You see what I'm saying? Ancestors, honey. Woo, baby. Talking about take great care. All right, they want to see how you take care of yourself, how you nurture yourself with the wisdom that has been given, and are you even applying it so that you can continue to ascend and go to new timelines, okay? Yeah. All right, I love this one. Anything else, ancestors? Okay, free to move. Yeah. You having something about your faith, okay? Your faith in your goals and in your dreams that gives you free to move. You're going to be free to move. And you're going to be free to turn the page, okay? And you're going to be free to manifest the new. But there's some work you got to do. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much for y'all likes, y'all shares, y'all comments. I'll be back with another one. Until next time, y'all. Peace.